Every year, millions of people do something that doesn't make logical sense. They already own a perfectly working smartphone. But when Apple releases a new iPhone, they line up for hours, sometimes days, not because they need it, but because they want it. And many of them will gladly spend over $1,000 again, even though their old phone still works just fine. So the real question is not, why is the iPhone so good? The real question is, how did Apple make people feel like upgrading is necessary? Because Apple didn't just build a tech company, it built a psychological money machine, and what you're about to see is the strategy that turned Apple into a trillion-dollar empire. Most companies try to sell better specs, more camera power, faster chips, bigger screens, but Apple discovered something different. People don't buy technology. They buy status, identity, and emotion. Owning an iPhone doesn't just mean you have a phone. It means you are part of something premium, something elite, something recognizable everywhere you go. Apple understood this better than any company in history. Here's the secret. Apple doesn't always build the cheapest or even the most advanced product, but it builds the product people believe is the best. And belief is more powerful than reality. When someone sees an iPhone, they don't think about specs. They think, this is what successful people use. That perception alone allows Apple to charge more, and people still happily pay it. Apple also mastered something even more powerful, the upgrade cycle. Every year or two, a new iPhone is released, and even if the change is small, the marketing makes it feel huge. A slightly better camera becomes revolutionary photography, a slightly faster chip becomes game-changing performance, and slowly, people feel like their old phone is outdated, not because it stopped working, but because Apple made them believe it did. Once someone enters Apple's world, it becomes very hard to leave. iPhone connects to MacBook, MacBook connects to iPad, iPad connects to Apple Watch. Everything syncs together perfectly. This is not just convenience, this is lock-in strategy. Leaving Apple doesn't just mean changing a phone, it means changing your entire digital life. That's why customers stay, not because they have to, but because it feels easier not to leave. Apple doesn't win because it sells phones. It wins because it controls perception. It makes people believe expensive equals better. Simplicity equals luxury. Apple equals success. And when a brand becomes an identity, price stops being the problem. People stop asking, how much does it cost? And start asking, when can I get it? Apple didn't become a trillion-dollar company by accident. It didn't just build devices, it built desire, it built emotion, it built a system where people don't just buy products, they buy a version of themselves. And that is the real genius behind Apple. If you enjoyed this documentary, subscribe to Wealth Stories for more deep dives into the business secrets behind the world's biggest brands, because every company has a story, but only a few understand how to control human behavior.